Welcome back to the studio. We have a series to finish. We'll work on a few of those. I think I'll show you a very small series that I did finish for a different project. And I just want to thank you. I started this whole YouTube thing in, 9 months ago. And I did it because I wanted to push myself in a different kind of platform, learn a new skill. I had never edited video before. And I wanted to push my creative career forward. And I thought this might be a good way. I also wanted to have income. I've been creating free content online since, 2009, maybe. I think I'm an old school blogger. I had a blog right in the beginning of blogging. And I wanted to do something that that would actually create a little bit of revenue. And thanks to you, I was able to do that. So this week I got the information that I've been monetized on YouTube, and I couldn't do that without you. And I appreciate you. Thank you. It's of course not a lot of money, but I am grateful for it. I live a pretty simple, small life, and every little bit helps. And so, yeah, I thank you. Thank you for supporting the channel, and thanks for watching, and thanks for coming into my studio every week. This has been just such a blessing for me, and I hope for you too. I hope that you got something out of it too, and continue to get something out of it. I'm not going anywhere. I'm going to continue to do this. And so, yeah, I just wanted to say thanks. And let's take a look at the desk. It is a disaster, which is what I think I say every week, but it really is. I worked for 3 hours yesterday off camera, and I'll talk a little bit about that to finish, work on finishing the series I'm working on. And I want to talk a little bit about pressure and good pressure, not so good pressure. And yeah, let's just talk, and I'll flip you over and show you what I have. I also have something to unbox. This is pretty fun. Thing I purchased in support of something, and I'm gonna open it for you here. And so yeah, welcome to the studio. Maybe if I make enough money, I'll get some fancy bar to like hang the phone higher so you can see more of the chaos. But right now, this is what I've got. This is what I'm working with. So this is where we're going to be. All right. So we have paint. I've been using these as paint palettes, and I don't hate them, but they also seem wasteful. But I throw away paint palettes anyway. But it's a perfectly good paper plate. I don't know how I feel about them. Anyway, I've been using them, and obviously they do work, and I do kind of like that. So I will put them in the stack of them that I have. I had this book out on my desk because I was looking for a reference for a bird. I often will use things like this just to get shapes. And so here we are. I was looking for a bird reference, so I looked at all of these, and then how I do this is I look at all of these, and then I shut the book, and then I draw or paint. But this gives me an idea of shape. You know, that's usually what I'm looking for, is shape, and a reference like this is really helpful for shape. And I have a bunch of these. I have ways to draw a tree, a chair, anyway, you name it. It's a great series. It's a Corey book, and I think I got these on Thrift Books, but they're good to pick up if you ever see them at a used bookstore or at a bookstore near you. Where am I going to put this? Put it over here. Whew. All right, I've got... I used all these brushes yesterday and then washed them, so that's what's here. I'm not going to put them away yet. Just going to put them in, stack them. Throw this paper towel away. All right. This, I use to paint on, and so I'm just going to stick it over here for a minute. Oh, it really is a mess, guys. Scissors. Hopefully you can see some of this. I worry about this, that you can't see anything. Anyway, here, this is the package. I wanted to support Ukraine, and I just did. And I went on Etsy and I searched for makers in Ukraine, and I found this. And then I had this lovely conversation with the maker. It was just really nice. It was a really nice direct way to support a person living in Ukraine. So let me open it. Ooh, lots of tape. You know, we can give to organizations, which I do, but it's also sometimes just nice to directly give to someone. And so this was a way to do that. So this is the Etsy shop, Author L, and he was really lovely. And what I chose was, oh, let's open it. This is a leather notebook holder. Let me get a notebook and let's put it in. And my hope is that it can kind of replace my wallet in my bag that I use. But let me get it. So that's the field note size, but I had bought these years ago on Amazon. Remember, this is what I'm using also for my studio notebook. And so I have 60 of them. And they're great. And I thought to take notes while I'm out and about, or to draw, or whatever I wanted to do. Yeah. Oh, look, it fits perfectly. It fits perfectly. Let's see. This is the kind of pen that I use. Let's see if it might be too big. I might need to get a smaller pen. I'll pick a smaller pen. Not a problem. Oh, it's so cute. It's so cute. I am so happy. Yeah. So thank you to Author L. It wasn't expensive. This was not expensive, but I'm excited to use it. I'm going to take it on my travels next month, and you'll see it in action probably. But yeah, nice way to support. Nice way to support. And you can do that too. You just go on Etsy, search, Ukraine or wherever you want to support, and you too can do that. All right. Let's see what else. Kleenex, because I have my eyes water every morning. I have dry eye syndrome, which, you'd think that they didn't water, but that is exactly what they do. Some pens. All right. Oh, I still have books out. Remember, we're gonna, I'm setting up a little art space, and I'll tell more about that next month, but we'll probably be reading this in May. So if you want to get a copy, link will be in my description, but I'm excited about that. I'm also reading this, and we should do a little self-portrait. I need to do that today. I don't know if I will, but I'm doing the 100-day project. I will do it today, but I don't know if I'll do it with you, but that's what this is out for. And so this series, I hadn't been working on it. And I realized I felt a lot of pressure because, here, I'll just move you this way. I felt a lot of pressure doing it on screen because I wasn't sure, I didn't want to mess up. And so that was an interesting thing. I realized I couldn't work on it because I didn't want to mess up in front of you. And so I need to figure that out, because if I'm going to paint in the studio with you, there's also going to be time I'm not going to film, I think, because I need just the release of viewers, right? I need people not to be watching so that I can, if I do mess up, it's okay. Or if I want to just get in there and paint. I guess I can't always do it on camera. and that was a real learning thing for me, is that I thought I could do it all on camera, but I cannot. I'll work on it though, because I do like showing the process. But there was definitely why I was avoiding the series, and I just didn't want to disappoint you, and I just didn't want to disappoint myself, and I didn't want to disappoint the whole project. And so yesterday I spent about 2.5, 3 hours working on the series. And let me show you where we are. And let me show you first the series I did in between the series, because I needed something that was no pressure at all. I'll turn you back over ahead. Oh, I don't know. Can you see them all? I'll turn them this way. So I do a project where I do little support animal paintings for a used record store in my community. They have a vending machine, and I have a row in the vending machine, and so I know that they're probably out, and I thought, oh, I'll make a few of these, and I think that would be a good in-between painting. So I did 5 turtles, and I did 5 groundhogs, and I like them. They're fun. This was really fun. This was fast and just easy and enjoyable, and I could just sit at my desk and do them. And so anyway, I think they're fun, and it's fun. People don't, I think they wrap them so people don't know which animal they're getting, and so it's a surprise, and I think that's really fun too. And to name them, they each will have a name, and to name them, I asked my Instagram community, this time I asked who has been lifting you up in this season, and got a lot of good names, and so I'll be adding the names to them, and they each have an affirmation on the top, and then where I am, and then my name and the date. It's too small to sign, so this is how it is, but they're cute. They're so cute. So this was a series in between a series that I painted, so let me put this away. And then I had worked on the bears, but I needed something very simple to look at to figure out where they are and what they were doing. So I did this grid, drew each of the bears, and then drew what their headpiece was, or what it was that they had. And then I labeled them so I knew which one I was painting on. And let me show you where we are. This was very helpful, by the way, to sketch out the series like this. This was super helpful. Also, look, bear. They are everywhere. So we have eight bears, and they're all individual, and they're all their own little person, or own little bear, which I really like. So bear with donut, and I think this is mostly done. I might put a little bit of shadow underneath the donut and the arm, and maybe a little bit more up in the ear, but for the most part, it's done. I do need to sign them. I will sign them right here. I sign with my last name. I had debated this signing actually on it, but I want to sign it. So I'm going to sign them, and then I'll photograph them, and then I will varnish. I'll photograph before I varnish so there isn't any glare, but I almost done, like 90%, I think. And then we have she's got a little star headband. I want to do a little bit more work on the stars to make sure they pop forward a little bit more. But, and she has a sweet face. I just love this. I love this so much. I love the color palette on this. Yeah, she's great. She's great. I love her eyes. And so, yeah. waving bear, you know, where's the party? So cute. So just really, really fun. This might be done. This might actually just be finished just how it is. I just love it. And this sweet one, little flower headband, I think she might also be done, or they might also be done. I did go in, this was interesting. As I was painting this, these had been a much darker green. You can see a little bit of it along the edge, and it bothered me. Wasn't something right. So I went in also and lightened up each of these green elements, and I like it so much better. But I do love this color palette as well. Look at this sweet bear. Oh my gosh, so cute, right? I might go in here and just do a tiny bit of yellow here. I don't like how this one mark is underneath the lip. See how you get so particular? And a little bit more on the ear definition up here, but this is pretty sweet. And the color palette, again, is just yummy. Oh, she just looks so unsure, doesn't she? But she's adorable. I want to do a little bit of stem work in here, I think, and I might add a yellow flower. I'll see into this, but I do love this. I think she's just sweet, and I might do a little bit more ear definition in here so you can see that a little bit more, but also really fun color palette here. This was the bird. Oh, here we go. So I needed the bird reference of what the shape was, and this is where it came out, and I just love it. I think it looks great on the bear. I'm going to do a little ear definition up here. I think I'll put a highlight in the bird's eye, but that's about it. And I just think this is just so cute. Look at that. Look at that. It's so cute. That bird is adorable. I don't know if you remember, but when I asked people to vote on what I should paint, birds was one of the options. And this is why, because look, I just love doing them. Isn't that fun? So fun. And then this is sweet and simple. And there is something, this is like the original OG bear. And I love the blue and I love the crown. I just love this. I might do a little bit of shadow under here and a little bit in the ear, but basically this is it. This is pretty much like why I do this, is this right here. But aren't they fun? I am so pleased. I'm so pleased. And I just thank you for helping me work through the process of doing them. You know, a series isn't a joke. It's a real challenge to do, to paint a series and to develop a series, to paint a series. This is challenging stuff. To think about what you want to do, how you want to display it, like how you want to portray it. If you remember, I painted over these twice because I wasn't pleased with them. So I gave myself permission to do that. And really, this sort of graphic look with a mature palette is what I am going for. Yes, it looks very colorful, but it's also not quite toy or Hello Kitty, right? It's got a little bit of edge to it. There's a little bit of grittiness, I guess. And that's what I really love about this whole thing, is that there's a little bit of grittiness. Yeah, I just am so pleased. I'm so pleased with the whole thing. Yeah. And it also just feels like such an accomplishment, right? Wow. So done. Amazing. Almost done. I'm going to do a little bit of shadow work on there. You know, a little bit of, not a lot, because they are meant to be kind of flat. But that's pretty fun. But while I have you here, let's go ahead and do a self-portrait together. And so we didn't waste the time in the studio. Although there's never a waste of time in the studio, if I'm honest. And then next time, next week we'll be working on something completely new. And that is both scary and fun, isn't it? It's both scary and fun. I have paintings I'm working on. I can go back to those, or maybe we'll start something completely new. I don't know. I don't really know. Um, yeah, yeah, I don't know. Let's do a self-portrait. How I do this, by the way, is I just use my phone, which I'm not going to be able to do. I'll use my iPad over there, and I look at myself and I do the photo, I do the drawing, and I try not to take more than a couple minutes. This project, I'll flip you over so you can see a few of them. Yeah, so I have trouble looking at myself, which I found here on YouTube. I have a hard time with eye contact. So I thought one of the ways to deal with that would be to look at myself. And so I've been doing this in a multitude of media as quickly as possible. And I'm not necessarily trying to go for perfect likeness, obviously. Sometimes it's to convey feeling, style, all kinds of things are going on. And it's been really fun. It's been really fun. So let's do one right here. And yeah, let's do it together. I'm going to get my crayons, I think, and do it in crayon. So these are Caran d'Ache number ones. So, wax pastel crayon. They are not water soluble, but I love them. I love them so much. I think I'll get a yellow, a light blue, and let's do a light pink as our choice colors. And I'm gonna have to situate myself so I can see myself. Hi. Okay. Oh, I'm gonna have to move some things. All right. I mean, I can do a self-portrait without seeing myself, but that's not quite the same, right? So I'm just looking for shape. Like I said, I'm not trying to make a perfect image, which is helpful. I mean, I'm not a photorealist drawer, artist in any way. And I just sort of go for it, really. I just sort of go for it. I have taken life drawing, let's see, gosh, maybe twice in my life. And I've never been particularly good at it. I think in the past, I was too worried about, I was again too worried about the performance. In a class, it felt like people were watching, and I just didn't feel comfortable. And so this YouTube experience is a little bit like that, where you're performing a bit, there's an audience. And I'm working through that. I'm working through that and trying to figure out how that works for me, how I can make that work. It's tricky. It's tricky because my art practice is not just about the viewer, it's about the exploration for myself. And so it's important to me that I'm being true to that. And so I just need to honor that when that comes up, is that if I feel like I'm performing, I, maybe need to take a step back a little bit. And, that's just part of it, right? That's just part of it. Is that learning about yourself. And if I could say anything about YouTube, you are constantly learning about yourself, learning about what works for you, learning about what doesn't work for you. And I relish that. That's fantastic. I love that I'm constantly having to learn. Yeah. So these are how these work for me. They're not, I'm not trying to make perfect replicas of myself by any means, but I am trying to like capture something. Capture something. I think I've drawn my hair, I don't know how many times now. A lot, feels like. That's it. That's how it works. That's how I do it. Yeah, yeah. Not perfect by any means, but also, fun. Fun. That's the whole point, is to try to keep it fun. Try to keep it so I enjoy doing it, right? All of it. That's all of this. YouTube, painting, all of it. I want it to be fun. I want to enjoy doing it. I want to feel like I'm growing as a person, and that I'm not just putting pressure on myself to perform, and when I'm feeling pressured, to understand where the pressure's coming from and then try to like release that pressure. But yeah, so yeah, lots to learn still, lots to learn. And next week we'll be starting something new, and I'm excited about that. Or going back to something old, because who knows, right? Who knows? I left paintings to work on that series, and that series, by the way, will go live April 11th, and it will be there'll be a live stream over on Anne Livingston's channel. I'll put a link to her in the description, and so that's fun. That's fun, isn't it? Yeah, yeah, it'll go live, and there's, I don't know, 30 of us participating. Yeah, we've all had to, work through supply issues and changing our work as we go, and developing the series. And it's been really fun. It's been really fun to work with a group of people. Often when I'm in a show, I just bring my piece, and then it goes in a show, and I don't know anything about the people who are in it. And this time we've all been in a Discord group talking to one another as we do the series, and that's been really special, because the artist process there's a lot of head stuff, heart stuff, a lot goes into it. I think about that sometimes, because my work is the first thing that people will say is, "Oh, it's so cute," and it is cute, but I would hope that they would see that there's something more to it than just cute. And I've had to like really go into myself about like what I feel about cute. I love cute. I absolutely love cute. I love cute. But I also appreciate cute that's a little edgier, I guess. And so, although my bears are cute, I want them to be, I don't know, I want people to understand that there's artistry and skill and depth and an understanding of a subject, and the sort of the why behind it. Although, of course, you don't get any of that when you're just showing someone a painting, right? So, and have to let that go probably. But it is something I've been writing about in my studio notebook in here, because I think those are things that I need to process. And so the art isn't just about the art, is it? It's about all the whys and the whats and the hows and the who you are. And yeah, there's so much to it. Anyway, it's been good to be in here. Thank you so much for helping me on so many levels here on YouTube, create series, get them done, paint, draw, do all the things. Just remember, you are never wasting paint. Oh, you are never wasting paint. And oh my gosh, it has my lipstick on it. Anyway, I just love being here, and I will see you next Sunday.